Today we'll be having a look at the Lotus Teaser for its first electric vehicle, and it's got a steering yoke. That would be the Lexus RZ, and it's coming in April the 20th. Now Lexus is known as a luxury automaker, and they're actually owned by Toyota. They announced that it will reveal its first electric vehicle on Wednesday the 20th of April, and it's released 2 teaser images. Now something is actually quite familiar about this car is the steering yoke, which we've seen on other previous Toyota vehicles. It's an extremely similar design, and it seems like within the Toyota family of all automakers, Toyota has taken a similar approach with their vehicle's design, and that includes one of its subsidiaries, Lexus. So what we see here is Toyota's next generation long-range EV, that's the BZ4X, and that will also come with a yoke. And I believe that this is where Lexus got their inspiration from for the Lexus RZ. Obviously, Toyota is their parent company, so they not just took inspiration, but they probably took the entire design and just changed a few things. The automaker appears to be taking design cues from Tesla, which includes a yoke in the Model S Plaid. So I'm well aware that Tesla's Model S Plaid, it's exactly where the trend of a yoke steering wheel started to become quite popular, but Toyota was quite quick to respond with the BZ4X. Now it's not really clear whether Lotus will offer a non-yoke version of the upcoming EV, but it's named the RZ450e. The company has also teased a prototype version of the EV, which appears to be styled similarly to the BZ4X. Now here's where it gets really interesting with customers' experience of a steering yoke, mostly from reviews of the Model S Plaid. Consumer Report note that its design does give a better view of the sedan's gauge cluster. That might not be worth giving up the existence of something that grabs into the driver, loses their grip while taking a turn at a high speed, for instance. There's also a decided lack of padding to ease pressure during long drives to keep in mind. So Lexus is essentially playing catch up in the race to electrify its auto industry. Last year, the company said it will introduce 20 new vehicles by 2025, but the interesting thing is that only 10 of those will be all-electric hybrids. But the interesting thing is that only 10 of those will be either all-electric hybrid or run on hydrogen. But a few months later, Toyota announced that Lexus would become an electric-only brand by 2035. Naturally, there are still a lot of blanks to be filled in, but Toyota said it expects to make a Lexus sport car that has a cruising range of up to 700 kilometers, that's 434 miles, and able to accelerate from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Whether that's the RZ or something else, it still remains unknown. Now Lexus also has an electric concept car, the LFZ Electrified. That's meant to demonstrate some of the aspects of its future electric lineup. One idea that Lexus puts forward with this concept is something that's called a Direct 4, which is the automaker's version of torque vectoring that would power each wheel independently, improving grip in high performance situations. So at a more base level, Lexus says this concept is designed to achieve ideal balance and inertia while driving thanks to the optimal placement of battery and motor. That could be why Lexus opted for a steering setup that is most commonly used in racing format. They tend to use a yoke steering wheel, like a Formula 1 car. There's multiple race cars that do use a yoke. Cars that use a traditional steering wheel, they tend to be more like rally cars and stuff like that. But even some rally cars I do believe use a yoke as well. So that's quite interesting. So far what we have is just 2 teaser images of the Lotus EV, the first EV from Lotus. It looks typically very similar to many Lotuses out there, but of course this vehicle will be its first electric vehicle, bringing to multiple markets around the world. This is a great start for Lexus, and it's going to be really important to see if Toyota can keep their promise in that turning Lotus into a fully electric vehicle brand by 2035. So this video is a short one. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more. Leave a comment if I missed anything. Let's have a discussion, and I will see you in my next video.